This is my excellency. The Bible says, husband and wife are one. So, Allah, ihe ọma bidoro onye ka ọ kọntinu na-aga n'aha Jizọs.
Amen.
Ma anyị one day ga-abịakwa na ile ihe unu metara anya. Ọ ga-adịkwara anyị niile mma n'aha Jizọs.
Amen.
Otu unu bidoro ya ọrụ ahụ ndị ọzọ na-ele anya na-asị hey ebele banye ga-agbụ ha sị na ha bụ nwanne otu. Ebele banye ga-emewa introduction. Onye ọbụla sị na ya bụ nwanne otu. Ka ọ kọntinu otu ahụ n'aha Jizọs. Ka ha mụtakwanye ihe n'aha Jizọs. Nna dị nsọ, ụmụnne na ụmụnna ndị si ebe niile dị iche iche bịa. Mgbe unu ga-alakwa, unu ga-alado n'udo n'aha Jizọs. I feel so highly honored for the very warm reception that I have received from everyone. I want to recognize in a special way all those my colleagues and friends who are here with me. I recognize the wife of the speaker, Uche Emeruwa, who came all the way from Atlanta. Also, Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Ngozi Felix. Also, a very close friend of the family and a sister, Chief Doris Akwawa. She is also here all the way from Atlanta. Another special friend of mine, a childhood friend, Ifeoma Abasi, all the way from Houston.
Oh, that's good.
And her friend and our friend by association in Tiba. I thank them all. And of course, our special assistant on Women Affairs, working with me in my office, and Mrs. Chiwaruku. And also Mrs. Ifeoma Thomas, the special assistant on vulnerable groups and poverty alleviation. I want to recognize especially Chief Kingsley Amusurike, the president of Abia, New York.
Yes.
Also, Sir Ifeanyi and Lady Ihoma.
Yes.
Igbo president New York.
Yes.
And of course, our dear Abians in New York. And I also recognize especially too, of course, all Igbos here, and then Ndimo. I can see a lot of people either married to Mbise, especially Mama Osuago. I'm really encouraged by her. The dexterity of her past step. Most of us half our age can't even meet up. I want to recognize especially Chief Leon Ibeka, who is a member of the family. We have known each other from way back. A very good friend of my husband and the family. When I had my son, his son was also had at the same time, and we came to his place. We spent some time in his place.
He's a man with a very large heart.
Yes.
Back in the day, in his place, I know it was like a melting pot for people from Nigeria. His brothers and other non-brothers alike. His home was always open, and his kitchen always open. So to feed everyone. I want to recognize all Umwakwa. Okay, and Mrs. Mahalia, the First Lady of Abia, recognized in a special way in New York. Most importantly, all the women in this room, as this is Women's Month,
yes,
and this is what has brought us to New York to help advance the cause of women. And last but not the least, and especially the convener of this event, Deaconess Professor Otuodichim Mawampa. I thank everybody. I am really overwhelmed with gratitude for the warm reception. I know that it is because of the love for what is happening in Abia State. We thank God that development is coming to Abia State. And we thank I thank God for the leadership of my husband, Dr. Alex Oti, who God has made the governor in his own time. Like to recognize the Lord makes all things beautiful in his own time. And this is the time for the liberation of Abia State. My husband has come with his commitment to lift up the state. He's creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive and also for security of life and property. He has been doing that very well with the launch of the Operation Crush, and that has helped a lot to improve this.
Yes, by the grace of God, many businesses in Nigeria, especially Abia State. My name is Pastor Robert Okorobo Odai. I'm a pastor with Winners Chapel, New York. And I finished church today by 3 p.m. and I've been hanging around because I heard you are here. My house is all the way in Yonkers, 1.5 hours away. Leon Liberty. We are one of the people that adopted him when we came to America many years ago. He knows. So I want to thank His Excellency. I left Nigeria October last year and I've not gone back. I know your husband very well and I supported him. And I had all my employees. During the election, nobody had money in cash. And I told them, if you don't go to vote for the government, you're fired. And I made the transportation money available for over 100 of them. And I told you about that. And I told you. During the inauguration, if you saw that big 24-feet billboard, I don't know if you saw it on the inauguration ground. We gave it to him. We gave it to him. When I go to my office at 157 to the Road Abia, our big boy is still sitting there saying, Abia State, we thank you for voting for us. Your husband. Just a quick, someone said here about sanitation. Yes, that was a good suggestion, but we also have to tell the people where there's the garbage before we give them the tickets. By the grace of God, I'm privileged to know there is a project going on in that area. And I want to thank you and your husband, especially you, because you are his better half. You are the one doing the better work. And you are the one helping to sustain it. And it is not an easy job that is a lot of stress. But I want to assure Abia, when I first invested heavily in Nigeria in 2004, at the time the president of Nigeria was Obasanjo. In 1999, HIV hit the whole world, ravaging the entire continent of Africa. President Obasanjo was the first African president that openly hugged an HIV-infected person. And I saw his plan roll out. I saw what George Bush came up with, the program we call PEPFAR. Then I took some Americans to Nigeria, invested $4.5 million. Brought technology, the first class, and we began to manufacture rapid HIV test kits. We were the first indigenous company in West Africa who were making HIV test kits for the entire country. And our state, Abia State, did not buy one product from us. The next regime did not buy one product from me. The next regime did not buy one product from me. That is the country we found ourselves in. But the USAID came to my factory. They bought $50,000 and paid in cash. I took that information to federal government, and by the grace of God, I was used to make Nigerian government to put a budget line to buy HIV test kits. They gave us a contract, $6 million in 2007 to supply our product, which we did, but it took 4 years to pay us. We almost went bankrupt. Finally, they paid us in 2011. The contract we did in 2007, we are paid in 2011. I was owing two banks 300 million naira at that time, which was about $2.5 million. Eventually, we collected our money, we paid, and I closed the factory. But by the grace of God, with your husband coming on board, before the end of the year, I'll open that factory. Yes. And I saw the title of today's event, Empowering Women for Equality. But we have to empower healthy women. If we start the factory again, we'll be making products that people can self-test. Our HIV test kit, young people before they get married, they will buy it and test their status. It is still the only first HIV self-test in the world. When Jonathan was president, was governor in Abia State, he used that product. In neighboring state bought it, Abia State did not buy. Akwa Ibom bought 133 million from me. My state did not buy. By the privilege, when the economic team was being inaugurated for your husband, the MC called me to pray an open prayer. And I prayed and I used Galatians 5:1, stand ye fast in this liberty that Christ has set you free, and be no longer entangled with any yoke of bondage. And I declared that day that by the election of your husband, Abia State has been totally liberated from bondage. And I spoke into the state, and I spoke into the ground. And I believe God answered that prayer. That prayer is still working. And that is one of the reasons why we are seeing the results we are seeing. When I listen to your husband quote scriptures, it makes me very happy. So when you go home, I have his number, I call him, I chat him, but he's not a very busy man. And everything that I have done in the years of being in Abia State, without good government, by the grace of God, I'm going to triple it. By the grace of God, I'm going to triple it. So you're welcome. And for the organizers, Leon knows me very well. If there's anything I can do, I'll do it, but I travel a lot. And by the grace of God, I'll be in Nigeria next week. May Lord bless you.
So that's why what you will see here is safety and not what it actually is. So we saw, we heard, and we know that you care. So we said we want to be counted. So it doesn't matter how good it looks, it doesn't matter how bad it might look, but the gift is the gift. We say, accept it on our behalf. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. His Excellency, that and we know that you will remember this. So, President,
We got you. We got you. Beautiful. This is beautiful.
Yes, that's you. Yes, that's her. That's her. You may wonder why it's red. You may wonder why it's red. That's right. Please stand there so I can go around.
Yeah, next to the picture. Yes. 1 second. Check the message when I finish here. This is beautiful.
I don't know.